One of the things I often get asked around film festivals is what's the best way to connect with people, meet people, do networking at a film festival, or what happens if you don't have anything to go to, if you're not invited to anything? Well, I always recommend the first thing you have to do is show up at the film festival. Often, even the people running all of the events at the festival don't know what's going on till last minute. So don't worry if it's getting close to the festival and you have no invites to anything, you don't know what's on the schedule. It will all take care of itself. So there's a few ways to get involved with things. Number one is the official festival schedule. They will usually have a bunch of screenings, panels, meetups, things like that that you can access through either buying a badge or getting an accreditation. Different festivals operate in different ways. Some the public can go to and you can just buy a badge. Others, like Cannes, where we're at right now, they have an official accreditation process for industry guests. And you can fill that out and you can see their schedule. But at the bigger film festivals like Cannes, Sundance, Toronto, Venice, there are a bunch of other events that happen around the festival that aren't necessarily official festival events, but they're really great to be at. And they're often run by the big talent agencies, they're run by magazines like Variety and Deadline, Screen International, people like that. Often it could be a filmmaker that's throwing an event to promote their film, or some kind of film adjacent business like WeAudition, where they will throw an event in order to promote their brand and connect people. When I say these things take care of themselves, you will soon realize that you go to one event at a film festival and then somebody invites you to the next one or tells you about a different one. And once you're on the ground here, you're part of the festival fabric, so people want to invite you to things. The other great way to get invited is to throw something yourself, because an invitation is currency at a film festival. So if you have your own party and you can go out there and meet people and invite them, you will probably get invites back. It's a great way to connect with somebody and offer something and be of value. Another little tip for when you're at the actual events, as an actor, be yourself. There's nothing shameful about not having a film in the festival, even though that's a question people often ask you. It might be the first question they ask if you say you're an actor. It's an icebreaker, don't get offended by it. If somebody says, do you have a film in the festival, and you don't, simply say, no, I'm just here to support, it's my industry, I love it. And then ask them, what they do and why they're here, and you might find the similar answer. If they do have a film in the festival, then use that opportunity to learn from them and see what their experience has been like. And likewise, if you're on the other side of that, then you can be the one giving the value to share your experience, so that when they get a film in the festival, they know what to expect. And apart from that, just be authentic, just be yourself. I would recommend always as well, looking up the festival before you go, search pictures of it online. Do some research, because different festivals have different unofficial and official dress codes. And you want to really try your best to, you want to really try your best to fit in. And I don't mean to fit in a sense of losing your unique style, but for instance, the dress code in Cannes is very different to Sundance. Sundance is in a very cold place, and so you need big boots and warm jackets. In Cannes, people tend to dress much more formal and elegant. You can wear the most outrageous and beautiful clothes you have and never feel overdressed in Cannes. So it's important to understand the environment you're going to. But when I say fit in, you want to be respectful of those events. Some of them have dress codes, and at the end of the day, you're attending somebody else's premiere. I always say, would you go to someone's wedding in shorts and jeans? Or you wouldn't. You'd look at the dress code, and the same should apply with somebody's big film event. If you do show up in the right manner, you'll find that people are very, very welcoming. And the one thing I think is so easy to do at film festivals is talk to people, because it's not like going into a regular bar or a club or a restaurant. You already have a common ground that you can start, and you have these things that you can share with each other, and you'll find that everyone, no matter what level they're at, are really, really friendly. I've met some of the most incredible directors, producers, actors at film festivals just by sitting next to them in a bar. If you do find yourself at a loose end in a festival, I would always recommend going to one of the major hotel lobbies, most big hotels have a bar in them or a cafe, and usually in a festival city like Berlin or Cannes, the big main 5-star hotels are where most of the business deals get done. The big companies rent the suites there. So you'll find that the lobby is just a hub of activity. And just by hanging out there, buying a coffee, you'll run into people, you'll hear about things going on. So it's a really good source of information. Or you may just strike up a conversation with the person next to you, and that could be a relationship that changes your career in times to come. But don't expect anything and you'll get everything.